What is the first Webtoon series you ever read?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first series I ever watched, it was there. You should totally check it out on Webtoons. You know, check out this video. Two.
That hawk to
Get out! I'm explaining like all of my comics. You probably heard in the intro, and this is gonna be the second story that I talk about, called Dear Hip Hop. Now, before I waste your time, I'm gonna waste your time. I was gonna say let's not waste any time here and let's just jump in, but I kind of feel like wasting your time. Can I waste your time consensually? Thank you very much. That's a handshake.
You're weird, buddy. You're weird.
I just want to say that a lot of these stories which are going to be coming up are going to be kind of underbaked, you know, underdeveloped. But all I ask is that while we talk about this journey, is that you stay along and you stay invested. And if you're not invested in the story, let me know why. Let me know why I'm not investing you in this. Leave a comment about it. Leave something about it. Is it the face?
Yeah.
Is it like my general vibe?
Yeah. Yes.
So Dear Hip Hop stars Topman, but it's a different Topman from the Topman from the last video. This is where I explain the overarching plot of the 16 stories. So let me just explain why there are 16 stories, or I should say 15, because I dropped one. So let me talk to you about the overarching plot. So years, and I mean eons into the future, there are tales of what could have happened in the past. Okay? And different cults, tribes, religions, adventurers, etc. are trying to find out the truth of the tale of Topman, the truth behind the story of Dear. So basically, there's like a tale, and a bunch of different tribes and races and people are trying to understand and bring in their own interpretations of what happened in the past. So all of these stories are legends, figments of what could have happened. These are the known facts of what happened in the story. There was a great man called Topman. There was a grandfather who was close to Topman. And there was a power system which was called Doki Doki. Now, Doki Doki, that is like the main power system I was talking about in the last video. I might go over it, probably in a future video, but not in these 16. And those are the consistents with each faction. Creatures, aliens, you know, they all have their own take of what really happened. It's just fragments of the truth. And that means the actual placement of the timeline, like where the actual story is set, is 1,000 years in the future, where all of these different races are meeting up, doing their own thing and trying to put in their own interpretation. Because Topman is long gone. The grandfather is long gone. These are all stories of the past. Yeah, let's get into faction number 2's interpretation of Dear. So Dear Hip Hop, which once again is just a fragment of the truth of what really happened in the past. Dear Hip Hop is a story about Topman, who is alone as a baby. So as a baby, Topman was given to a secret school of martial artists who practice ancient dark ways. So Topman, as a baby, was given to this martial arts school. Now you might be wondering, where's the grandfather in all this, when I already said he was a constant? Well, the grandfather in all this is, well, evil in this timeline. He is the main antagonist. Not just the Volume 1 antagonist, I mean the overall plot antagonist of Dear Hip Hop. Unknown to this point are his reasonings, but he is threatening to destroy the whole world or change the whole world. As the grandchild of him, the world sees Topman as some kind of disgusting devil kid. Even though Topman has like nothing to do with his grandfather's evilness. Okay, moving on. This is why only the School of Dark Arts is like taking Topman in, because no one else will. So after growing up in a martial arts school all of your life, Topman sees masses of government officials in tanks and planes, and it seems as if everyone is putting in their 100% to stop Topman's grandfather once and for all. There is a mass quarantine going on. People have to stay inside. This will be based on some of my personal experience during 2020. I don't know why I did this. Ignore that. Moving back into the story, Topman is determined to stop his grandfather. After having to live the way that he did for so many years without parents and without some basic human care, because he was in an evil martial artist school, not a good one. Anyway, Topman wants his revenge. To do this, Topman firstly needs to escape from the evil martial artist school while being very aware of not crossing paths with any of the leaders, because the leaders are super powerful and they're gonna try to put Topman back in his place. You get to see all of them, because don't forget, this is a choose your own story, so you get to like choose what path to go down, and you might see different leaders in different paths with varying level of difficulty of how you can defeat them. But let me cover my face. Too much glow, you know what I mean? And since it is a choose your own story, I want to say there's like a bare minimum of like 100 paths you can go down at any given time. On this journey you can fight aliens from outer space, AIs with a mission to kill you, scientists on the wrong side of history, and you may have to fight 7 evil exes. That one was kind of a joke, only kinda. So that sounds so dead. So there's like a girl in the story, and she's like trying to lure guys away from their families and stuff in order to serve her. Supposedly you are supposed to be a part of the group, but if you do the right choices you can break out and, you know, do your own thing. There's also another story about a witch, a different witch, and an insurance company fighting, and you can choose the side to be on, but you're probably going to be on the witch's side because the insurance company is like super evil. Anyway, there's a lot of timelines, there's a lot of paths you can go down, and that's like the main point of Dear, is that there's always paths to go down. I do have more, but they are side stuff, like why an AI robot fell in love with Topman. I don't think I need to get into right now, at least not right now, maybe in a future video, but while I'm just explaining the plot, I don't think I need to get into it. With that said, we're going to be moving on to the characters. So, let's move into Topman, the main character, and the main star of hip-hop. Dear Hip-Hop.
Samurai Champloo.
So, this Topman is a lot more cocky and confident than the first one. Not to fret though. He's not like a fat guy, he's not like a rude bloke. He's just like an overconfident underdog type character. You know the type. He's holding back a lot of his mental stuff. You know, being abandoned as a kid, you know, not having a place in the world, but, you know, he'll laugh it off and stuff. He doesn't wish to talk. He's more like a move forward kind of guy. Anyway, I'm nearing the end of the script now. So nearing the end of the video. This story is still unconstructed, as I said in the beginning. But it's one with a lot of personality. As I figure out the personalities of the characters, all I hope is that you guys stick around and, you know, show your support, show your love for the content. It means the world. Thank you.